The best morning to you all. How are you today? So, I am getting ready to hit the road to go to our new Massachusetts Association of Realtors headquarters home in Foxborough. So, it's not really brand new, but it still has that new feeling because I haven't been there a lot of times. And of course, that's because of the pandemic. So, we bought the building and the pandemic hit, you know. Anyway, so I get this like little angst when I'm going to something in person. And I think a lot of it has to do with the comfort I have in being on an online meeting, right? So maybe like I was on a meeting not too long ago and I went in my house and it was cold. We heat with wood. And so I threw on this like it's like a hoodie, but it's like a big hoodie, but it's kind of like a sweater, but it's more like a great like a blanket that has been made into an apparel. And I had it on and I wasn't thinking and I jumped on a meeting and there I was in my like little hoodie snuggly thing and the meeting had started. Right. So the reason I'm telling you this is because like I would never go to a actual in-person meeting with my snuggly on. But because I was home and I was jumping on the meeting and it was like a call, but it wasn't like it was Zoom, it wasn't like an official meeting. It was but it didn't dawn on me until I was looking at myself with my like little fleece, what is it called? Sherpa, kind of thing with my hood around and thinking to myself, as I'm looking at myself on the call, on the Zoom, I'm thinking, would anyone possibly think that this is like a sweater or like a cool jacket? Or something, or do they think I'm in my pajamas? And so there's this comfort. I'm saying this because obviously that was a fail for me. But I was in this comfort. I was so comfortable that I didn't even notice that I didn't have on presentable clothes because I was working, right? I had been working and I just jumped on the call, but I was working in my snuggly because I was cold, right? So as we're getting ready for this meeting, and so now things are a little bit more deliberate. So I'm just going to scooch back a little, right? Now this is so it's a realtor party training and the color for realtor party is purple. So this is actually I don't know if you can tell in the light, this is a purple jacket with a purple top. So I dressed according to the theme of the realtor party. I have my name tag on. It's Massachusetts Association of Realtors. And the reason it's on now is because 99% of the time I can't find my pin for that they bought me, especially I can't find it when it comes time for the meeting. So that one's on. I will put a realtor pin on. I will actually put on and I just put them all out front. My RPAC did that because that was our initiative last year for RPAC, and it was a conversation starter, and so I was fortunate enough to be on the team that created this program. So I will wear that pin with this, and again, I'm like a 2-pin person. Some people wear a lot of pins, and so I don't. So anyways, prepping for the meeting. So putting real clothes on, right? That's the first part. Putting shoes on that are dressier than what I've been wearing, but not so dressy that they're going to hurt my feet and I'm not going to be able to make it like I'm going to be always thinking about my feet. So something comfortable, like just one step up, right? Because today I am just a participant. Well, I have a little role, but I'm a participant. So I don't have to be like as I say, like in teaching, like that 2 times, dress 2 times higher than them. So it's just the one, right? So preparing myself for that, like when I woke up this morning, I ran a straightening thing through my hair. Like looks like it damaged a little. Ooh, don't look. I have makeup on. I have contacts in. So I'm ready for what the day's going to bring, right? And so I am comfortable. And like yesterday, I talked about like your confidence costume. And even though this is like not 100% my confidence costume, I do have on, for the most part, a confidence costume. So I'm not going to be thinking about what I look like all day long, how my clothes are fitting and all that kind of thing, because it's something that is something I wear on a regular basis, right? So I'm not going like out on a limb. Now, if I were to be going to in-person meetings more frequently, then you know what? I would probably step it up a little bit more. But because it's been going from my snuggly, I am going to just take it step by step. All right. So the first thing is dress for comfort, but look nice. The second is don't compare. We get to these meetings and we think like everybody else has been, you know, home getting themselves into this amazing world and presentation and like doing all these awesome things. and here we are just pulling it together for a meeting. And the thing is that in our business right now, everybody's been busy and everybody is winging it because, it takes, like, at least in my opinion, right? This is my humble opinion, is that we're all in the same boat. So rather than going there and comparing, like, geez, I wish, my gosh, I wish I lost more weight. I wish I had on new shoes. I wish I wish I look, I wish. I push that aside and really like in this case, for this meeting, realize that, like, I volunteer because I love the Realtor Party. And these are the people who are there that also love it, right? So these are the Kool-Aid drinkers that are going to be there today. They're the people who love it like I do. So how about if I just enjoy the moment and the relationship and the contact, right? And just embrace the fact that we're in person. So no comparisons. So the first thing is comfort but nice. The second is no comparisons, right? And be kind to yourself. The third is, and I don't know where we are on this. It's the eye contact thing, and how do you contact, right? So, we are coming out of, no matter how you slice it, we're coming out of people not, like someone said, when this all started, like, the handshake is not coming back, and definitely not the hug. And I'm like, oh, I'm a hugger. How are we going to do this? But set aside what my preference is and be cognizant of the fact that those people there may have a different approach. Okay. So being, I think it was Jan Hargrave that has been at many of our conferences, talks about mimicking their behavior, right? So if they're putting out their hand, then you shake. If they're bumping, you bump. If they're punching, you punch. If they're hugging, you hug, right? But you don't have to be like, oh, I'm a hugger. I'm going to hug everyone. I don't care what's going on, right? Because this is not the time for that. And the other thing is that there's this eye contact. The eye contact rule is changing. And a lot of it has to do with social, like with our how often we're on our phones or our devices, that continued eye contact can be unnerving for people. So you make the eye contact and then you redirect, right? So trying not to be creepy, I guess. And there's some really interesting brand new research on this. And I think it's something that is just something to, like, just start an awareness on that. Okay. So this is like, contact is what I'm going to say for my third tip is contact is a two-way street. And on this two-way street, we are going to be responding, mimicking, like taking the cues from the person that we are connecting with. And we're not going to be creepy in our over eye contact. Okay. Again, another thing I do a lot. So, and then the last is going to be breath, right? And breathing. And if you, if you're nervous or if you're anxiety, like I was, bopping, I have like a couple of big days in instructing coming up. So I've been here trying to get everything ready. And I realized I was like frantic. And I remember I had a coach one time and she said, oh, you're always so frantic. And I'm like, I'm frantic? Like what you get off me, like my energy is frantic energy. I thought I was excited. I thought I was motivated. I thought I was, high energy, but I would not have put myself in the frantic category. But now as I'm bopping around this office, getting stuff ready to get ready kind of thing, I'm like, yeah, you're frantic. So what I want to do is take it back, and I want to practice breath, right? So in for 4, hold it for 4, out for 4, hold it for 4. So get my parasympathetic nervous system to calm down. All right, so I'm not frantic. And hold it, and down, and hold it. And I may do this. My goal is to get there a little early so I can breathe in the car before I go in. So when I go in, I am in a headspace, in a like a pulse space, to embrace the moment of seeing people that are like-minded, enjoying being together in person, taking cues from that person on how they want to respond, being confident in myself that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be at that time, and taking some breath work to just calm it all down. All right. So those are my tips of reentry. And I know, like, when I came to, like, I thought about like this communication with you again on my way in. And then when I was getting real ready for it, like 2 minutes before, I said, people have been like in person for a while. Okay, this might not be something that people need to be reminded of. But I think that it's worth just 10 minutes of our time. Oh, Mag says, always such great tips. Thank you and see you soon. So Maggie, yes. So Maggie is going and this is like a great example. So thanks for jumping on because I just want to say this. So I am going to see Maggie, who's a dear friend who always is supportive, and I'm her biggest cheerleader. And so, like all of this extra stuff that we bring, let's just leave it at home in the office and let's go enjoy ourselves. What did you say? Great. No, you say, oh, I got you say get tips. Well, I understood. I read it as great. All right. So I will see you, Maggie, soon. And for my friends, just remember, as we re-enter, it doesn't have to be awful. It can be like all of the parts of it that are good, and we can work our way through the other stuff. And no snuggly wearing. All right, my friends, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.